Most men lose their ex twice. Once in the breakup and once in the 30 days that follows. And the second time, well, that's the one that actually kills your chances. Because the second time, you did it to yourself. If you're watching this at 2 a.m. and you've sent some texts or done a bunch of cringy things that you wish you could unsend and take back because you've made yourself look a type of way and you've been needy and looking like less than a man, stay with me. Because everything I'm about to tell you is going to change the way you look at the next 30 days about what you can do in your situation. Okay, so I know exactly where you are. And because I remember being there. It's terrible, man. You know, the way you feel like a junkie coming off like heroin and shit. And you're gutted, you're depressed. If you've never been depressed in your life before, you find out what that feels like when you go through your first breakup. Doesn't have to be your first, but there are some breakups that are more meaningful than others. And man, you can't eat, can't sleep, but you love sleep because you disappear from your reality. And then when you wake up, you just feel like, fuck, is this really it? Did that really happen? Did we really break up? I cannot believe it. And your brain just, what? Stop. You can't turn it off. The entire day is just like a heaviness in your heart and your stomach, and you feel terrible. There's nothing you can do. Your phone shaking every 20 minutes, and you're checking to see if she's texted you, and God forbid she posts something on social media because you get a massive jealousy spike and your whole body is like pumped with adrenaline. Like, holy fuck, where is she? You know what I mean? What's she doing? Who's she hanging out with? It's brutal. And you're looking at her social media, you're seeing what posts she's liked, you're keeping up with her stories, you're trying to see if she's hanging out with anyone new. And you're sitting there typing paragraphs that are giant love letters saying we can change this, and maybe you send it, maybe you don't. Texts like just, yeah, like you're bargaining with her. You're like, if I can just explain what happened, like you're going to explain your way through her feelings. And the thing is, boys, like I don't judge you for doing any of this, because I did it, and a lot of men do. Because when it's your first time dealing with a scenario like this, they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you how to act. They don't teach you that quite literally how you react to her saying all these things is the determining factor of whether you get broken up with or not. But if there's anything I can say about that, it's that the breakup isn't going to kill your chances. That the thing that happened to initiate it, it's how you react now. If you've been reacting poorly, no, it's not great. She'll have memories of you forever, the way you've acted. But it doesn't mean it's over, because you can collect yourself and transform. And she can see that too. Here's what no one's telling you. So when we're talking about when you feel like a drug addict and you've got these symptoms of withdrawal, that is not love, it's addiction. It is addiction, like quite literally. Like your brain processes a breakup in the exact same way that a junkie goes through withdrawals. This is like peer-reviewed neuroscience. Like, this isn't my opinion, this is fact. The same brain circuits that are firing in your brain right now, the exact same circuits that an addict gets when he can't get his fix. That's why you can't think straight. That's why your chest is tight. And that's why every thought that goes through your brain cannot be rational and is all based out of emotion. Your addiction is going to manufacture any reason to reach out, to talk to her, you know, and I'll get into why you should stop reaching out in a second, or why it's going to be absolutely fucking critical. But just know that for this next portion, when we are trying to stop contact with an ex, it is going to be difficult. Your brain is not going to be on your side. You need to be able to objectively look at your overall goal, which is to get her back, and identify when addictions are getting in the way, because they will manufacture any little fucking reason to text her, she left something here. Oh, we couldn't give it back. Oh, we have, we had a trip planned. Should I message her about it? Blah, 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 blah. All these little things, man. But I will say that in all this, there is a science that is on your side. There is a neurological process that you can tap into to remove the negative feelings that she's once felt for you and replace them with good ones. And on your end, it actually doesn't require a lot of work. And it's usually men that are constantly feeling like they can do something. It's very masculine imperative to think, I have to change the situation. I have to do something. But the best thing you can do is nothing. And fuck it, let's just go through what that process is that's going on in her brain so you can better align yourself with what you should be doing. The breakup is fresh. The negative tags are very vivid. They're at the forefront of her mind. They're recent, the arguing, the whining, the crying, all the bullshit that just went on in your breakup at the very tail end of it. How she remembers you is fresh. But the thing that makes this process good is negative emotions fade at a faster rate than positive ones. And the actual mechanism for that is called the fading effect bias. Basically, the idea behind it is that if the brain held on to every single negative emotion that it ever felt, and there's been times in history where there's been a lot to be negative about and a lot of traumatic things have happened to a lot of people in a short amount of time, the brain needs to be able to push that away and let go of it. And basically let those negative emotions fade out, giving space for new, happier ones to be made. Otherwise, your cortisol will be cranked to 100 all the time. You wouldn't be able to function. Like, it needs to have this filter. Because you would just be depressed. You'd be stuck in bed all day, which is probably how you feel right now. Probably how you feel right now. But you'll notice, like, as time goes on, naturally, it just fades. No one is stuck like that forever. But on her end, if you just hang back and don't say anything and don't give her a new version of yourself just yet, or keep doing what you've currently been doing, even worse. Because think about it, man. If you're constantly poking her, how can those feelings fade? How can she let go and have room to go if you're going to keep doing the exact same thing that you've been doing that hasn't worked? Like, you can't explain your way through this. And if you give her a void, her brain is going to replace those negative emotions and expand on the positive ones. This is like, man, you don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to do a thing. All you do is disappear. So I'll leave you with this. Every week that you stay disciplined and you don't text her, you don't call her, you don't watch her story, you don't like her posts, you are completely removed, completely absent from her life. That is a week that her brain shifts in your favor, liking you more and more and more, but only if you don't interrupt it. And man, you got to look at it like you're embarrassing yourself a little bit. You got to have some balls. You can't just be willing to be this guy chasing, crying, pleading. You know what I mean? Be the fucking man that she wants to be with. Cut the fucking contact and think about it, bro. Think about it if you were like a god looking down, and you can look like a fucking, like Sims, bro. Imagine it's like Sims looking down into your room and you've been crying your eyes out. You're sitting there, you're depressed, you're curled up in a ball, and you're sitting there with like a fucking paragraph you're gonna send her, and you're like shaking. You're like, oh man, like what do I do? And this isn't just like one night of the week. This is like a lot of the time you're acting in this ultra scared pussy fucking state. And then you get to cut to what she's up to. And she doesn't feel a fucking thing. She is getting dressed up. She's getting ready to go out. She's ready to meet new men. She's ready to meet new men that are going to make her feel something, that are going to take her home. And Who knows what they're going to get up to? And in this scenario, you're sitting there crying over this woman, begging, pleading. You know, she's your world. And in her world, she's ready to get with another dude. That is where you are right now. And if you don't do something, I'm not saying that she's going to get with other people immediately, but that should scare you enough to stop fucking up. You know what I mean? Because you can't send the texts that are explaining all she's going to do is get the ick and look at it more as she's made the right decision. But if you take a step back, leave some aura, create some mystery, you want to put her on the back foot and make it feel like, has she made the right decision? You know what I mean? Did she count you out? Did she make a mistake? That will stop her from getting other men more than if you keep drilling in the fact that she's made the right decision. And the truth is that every day you don't get your shit together is another day that the window gets smaller, that she'll be willing to take you back, because you can do too much damage if you drag it out. You're allowed to do some damage. Everyone's only human. But if you keep not letting her listen, you don't deserve it back. So, I've told you this. Don't talk to her. And you're like, well, fuck. Like, what do I do then? You know what I mean? Because, fuck, what do you do? Well, I tell you what you do. I'm going to give you a 4-step process that I've used personally, and that I built, and then I've given to other men to use to re-engage their ex. I'm going to give you the path. It is simple, but it's hard. Okay? Oh, Henry, what's the path? What do we do? Okay, I'll tell you. Stage 1. Stabilize. No contact. No calling, no texting, no watching a story. I mentioned this a little bit earlier already, because you need to drill into your head that this is the first thing you do. There is no other things to be done. No contact. No going to places you're going to see her in real life. No emailing her. No nothing. Like, if you think, am I contacting her? Yeah, that's no contact. Don't fucking contact her. Still contact her. And if the breakup's really recent, your men typically do most of the damage in the first 72 hours. So that's a critical period. And a lot of men fucking up because it's so fresh. You're like, oh, can I say this right away? No. Stage 2. We're going to rebuild. We're going to use that pain as fuel. You've got a lot of energy in you right now. You got anger, pain, shame, lust, probably horny devil. Take that energy. Stop beating your meat to your ex. We're going to get the gym. You're going to fix your sleep, because that's important. You need that to make good decisions. Cut the screen time. Don't be on your fucking phone all night. You're not in a mode where you're sitting and watching movies. We're not a woman. We're not trying to comfort ourselves. We're going to get some work done. Dating apps. A lot of you aren't going to be on dating apps, but some of you will think it's a good idea to numb the pain. Tell you that from personal experience. You don't want to be tapping in if you're still actually in love with this girl and you're just trying to find a new one to numb the pain because you know that'll help. It will help. It will. But what are you doing? Like, the relationship's not done yet. If you want it to continue, it's not done. This isn't a break. Do you know what I mean? Do you want her to be doing that to you so suddenly after a breakup? No, you don't. And it's not helpful to you at all. It's just a waste of time. Stay off the dating apps. Cut the video games out. Fuck the movies. Netflix, screens. Drugs. Don't go numb yourself. Drugs and alcohol. It's not the time. It's the coward's way out to pretend that your reality isn't your reality. And then you're just going to get high and let it go. And it's chill. And I remember I did all these things. I did them all. You know what I mean? Did literally everything that I mentioned it because I did it. And I had to educate myself. And luckily I did.
Mm-hmm.
And really the whole point of this rebuild section is you're getting as lean and mean as possible. You're going to put some muscle in. You're going to put some effort into yourself. You're going to go get some new clothes. We're basically trying to create a new version of you that she walks back into. And she's going to see physically that she's not just getting back with the same guy she just left and that she has all these negative emotions with. Stage 3, educate yourself. Learn things like why attraction actually works. Learn polarity and energies between the masculine and female. What she's actually responding to. Why she gives you these fucking shit tests. Why she's always on your back. You know what I mean? Like, why are women the way that they are? Understand all this sort of shit. Like, start learning. This is really the difference between getting her back and keeping her. Because if you don't update your knowledge or learn or grow from this experience, if you stay the same guy, maybe you just put on. If you get leaner and you lose a bit of kilos, and she's like, oh wow, yeah, he's back into his hobbies and blah blah blah. Maybe that's good enough for some people. But why do you not want to go the extra mile and make sure that this never happens again? And if you're not with this girl, it doesn't happen to the next girl. Because how many failed relationships do you really want to have? Okay. So that is the third stage. The fourth stage after you've made no contact, you're out getting back into your hobbies, you're living your life, doing your thing, becoming the man. You're going to create law. You know what I mean? You're going to go to a coffee shop or you're going to go to a restaurant. You're going to talk to the chef. You're going to create a life. You're doing something. You're creating a life that she wants to walk back into. You're lean. You're mean. You care about your career. You picked up the old hobbies. Man, like, doing some work, okay? Physically, you're doing work on yourself because you can't do work on her. Then, step 3, you're updating your knowledge about what makes her tick, how energies work, what the shit is. Step 4, when she re-engages, because when you create this void, you're going to create a magnet, okay? And she can't be running away from you if you're not chasing her. And so eventually she's going to get curious about you. Be like, oh, he doesn't care about me. He doesn't chase me. He's not validating me. What's he doing? What's he up to? And she might start watching your stories and you'll start seeing her pop in here and there. You might hear some rumors that she's been asking about you through some mutual friends. And she's going to eventually be pushed to the point where she's going to want to reach out to you. And when she reaches out to you, you do not want to be the same guy that you are right now because you're going to blow it. You know what I mean? You reply immediately. You're going to leap at every opportunity. She'll creep in and see how you're going. It's, yeah, I'm ready to have you back. Like all this work that you just did, down the toilet. I'm still the same guy. You know? You need to reach out. I mean, you need to know exactly what to say. You need to know exactly what energy to come into the room with. You need to know how to set the first meeting and not blow it. Okay, so it sounds like a lot. You don't know if you're willing to put all this work in just yet, but you know you really want it back. That's basically the most simple, fast way that I can break that down to you of your best chances of getting it back. If you're watching this right now,
Yeah.
I want you to know that I'm proud of you, because most men, well, they'll just wing their way through it, or they won't even have the self-belief that there's any way that they could get her back. You know what I mean? They're so weak and powerless that they don't even believe that they can do it. And most men won't do it. They'll distract themselves, they'll drink, they'll drift, they'll smoke, they'll escape the pain. You know, all the ways that I previously highlighted that you shouldn't. But the fact that you're here makes you different. Okay? You do have the capacity to get her back, and you can get her back. And you will. if you stick with me. If this has just happened to you in the first few weeks, and I've caught you at a good time, well, I've put together a free sheet for the first 72 hours of what you should look out for, what you should do. It's a survival sheet for what you need to do in the first 72 hours, and you can have a look at it. And if you're past the first 72, well, you can see what you fucked up and what you need to stop doing ASAP. Fucking rocky. And we've basically gone through my 4-step system. We did it quite quickly. If you want the entire system, I have that for you. And if you want the whole system, it's a 30-day reset. Basically what we just ran through just then goes in depth with like exact things that you need to do. I have the information. I've done really years of compiled research. This document that I've created is my like life manifesto and learning about women. And I've done all the research that you need to do. And it's all in one tidy little place. As well as, how to get lean, how to have a good physique, how to calculate your own macros, how to train, everything that you're going to need help with in those 4 steps. I've laid it out neatly so that you can get your hands on that, study it, implement it, and instead of fucking winging it, use what I teach. Get your ex back. You can do it. I know you can. I believe in you. And many men have before, after you, and it's not uncommon to get your ex back, but you just have to do it the right way. And if I have to leave you with one thing, it's this. The man that she fell for is still in there, and she loves you still because you're still that guy. We just have to dig him out, uncover him, put him back on his purpose, back on his mission, back on his shit. You're the fucking man, okay? I love you, and good luck, soldier.